Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your January 2019 general readings, the first reading of a beautiful brand new year. I hope everybody's holidays were safe and wonderful. Thanks for showing up here today. Welcome to any newcomers. Thanks for all your likes, shares, subscribes, your comment, your feedback. Thanks to all of my clients out there, regular and new, for keeping me so busy. You guys keep me busy all year round, but the holiday season especially. What an honor. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to read for all of you. If any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can get more info and contact details by going to my channel's homepage, clicking on that little About button, or you can click on the description bar of any of the videos I post. Please feel free to contact me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. I can usually get back to you within the same day or the first 24 hours of your initial contact with more info. And scheduling the personal readings is pretty timely too. I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do. So I work pretty diligently with people's schedules to get their readings as quickly as possible. So if you're interested, send me an email. We'll set something up for you live or recorded. I do a wide variety of readings in all the main areas of life. You can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy. That's good for quick answers to the quick, easy questions, and that link is also provided. All right, let's get right into this. This reading is for the fire sign of Sagittarius for the month of January 2019, very first of the year. Sagittarius, let's see what's in store for you overall for the month of January 2019. If you know your rising and moon sign, as always, watch those as well. They can provide additional clarification or more predictive, they may resonate more predictively for you. All right, Sagittarius. All right, we begin with the devil, Sagittarius, clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Cups, followed by the Hierophant. I feel like this is actually good, but somebody's afraid of something. Something wonderful has come in, but it's like you're afraid of it. The Five of Pentacles, followed by Temperance, and the World, followed by the Two of Wands. From the bottom of the deck, overall energy and guidance, so Nine of Swords. Sagittarius, you're worried, but you're overthinking it. It's too much worry. I feel, Sagittarius, like something actually quite extraordinary, like some cycle of your life in a pretty major way has ended or is wrapping up. There's a sense of definitely new beginnings. Something wonderful new is come in, or the opportunity for that. I mean, the World is major endings. It's a major chapter of your life coming to a close. It's the last major arcana card in the tarot. I mean, that's what you end the month with, but it's overall energy too. The beginning of the month, the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. But it feels like maybe there's been a pretty significant closure and ending, and it looks like something new and wonderful is coming in. There's a sense of divine timing and orchestration, and of a balance being restored, whether it's balance in an old situation or a balance coming in the form of something new. But there seems to be some kind of fear and anxiety about it, or about moving forward. Because your overall energy is the Nine of Swords, overthinking it, making it bigger and worse in your head than is the actual reality of the situation. If you just pause to take a look around, it's not everything that you're thinking of. This is like a card of trying to pre-write the script for the future tripping, as my daughters used to call it. What if this happens? What'll I do? What if this doesn't happen? What'll I do? And all you can do is what's in front of you to do, and leave the rest to God, Spirit, your angels, and guides, which is where it belongs anyway. So there's like this fear and anxiety, but it looks like there's because of an ending and a moving forward. So what is this fear about? Let me just clarify that Nine of Swords really quickly. The fear is about the Chariot. This is moving forward powerfully, successfully, staying focused on your goals. It's one of the most powerful success and victory cards in the tarot. It's a card that represents winning simply because you refuse to give up. Sheer determination, perseverance, willpower, knowing exactly what you want, going for that, not letting anything get in your way, being very driven and ambitious and trying to reach your goals and move forward. Again, it feels like there has been maybe perhaps a lot of imbalance in a certain area of your life. Could be job, work, and career. Could be relationship for some of you, or health for some of you. It could be that, the devil can represent imbalance in a lot of different ways. It can represent addiction issues some of you may have been struggling with, or it could have been maybe a close partner or something of that sort. Alcoholism or drug addiction, or an addiction to something else, negative toxic relationships, excess vices, things which we do to excess which harm us. Some of you, it may be struggling with issues of, if not actual physical addiction, maybe with codependency or toxic relationships, and what it takes to move forward. Even though there's a beautiful opportunity for you to move forward, it's like you're afraid of it somehow, afraid that you can't do all the work that's going to be involved in order to move forward. You're maybe afraid to take this opportunity because you're afraid you don't have what it takes. It could be a new job or work, career offer or opportunity. Again, there's this fear about, do I have what it takes to put in the effort? Can I really succeed at this thing? And I feel like divine timing orchestration is at play in this, because we have that Wheel of Fortune in the upright position. It could represent that this imbalance coming up at this time, or having that put and highlighted is actually divine timing orchestration. It's God's spirit, your angels, the guide's way of saying, look, you can push forward, you can do this. It's time to end this cycle once and for all. There's a fear about it, of course, but you're definitely capable of doing this. We have and it could be in relationship as well. There's this fear and anxiety over what it's going to take to succeed in this, whether it's overcoming negative behavior patterns in your life, maybe with addiction, toxic relationships, codependency, gambling, whatever it might be for you. But I feel like if that has surfaced for you, it's Spirit's way of giving you the opportunity to let go of it and deal with it once and for all. But you feel like it may be required too much dedication, too much work or effort. You doubt yourself. It could be the opportunity for those of you that have addiction issues, it could be the opportunity to go into recovery. It could be the opportunity for a new relationship, and you've had just a whole slew of maybe negative or toxic relationships in your background. It could be the opportunity to move ahead or do better in business, work, job, career, or learn something new which would put you in a different earning capability. But again, maybe you have some self-doubt and fear and anxiety about whether or not you can do it or not. We have the Nine of Cups and the Hierophant here. You definitely can, but it's about walking the conventional, traditional, putting in the conventional, traditional work that's been done by similar people long before you in the same position for a long time. That's the Hierophant, is convention, tradition, doing what everybody else does to get ahead in this situation in your life or overcome this situation in your life. It could also be relying on the experience of people who have walked this path before you, relying on perhaps your family system, other people's experience, even religious or spiritual beliefs supporting you during this time. Maybe a pastor, mentor, priest, counselor, etc. But it's by walking a path that's been walked by people before you, that doing what they do, which is going to get you through this and lead to your joy and happiness, lead to this sense of getting what you want, this sense of your cups overflowing and being abundant. Next to that, we have the Five of Pentacles and Temperance. It's like the Five of Pentacles is a card of insufficiency and lack, feeling like you don't have enough. Maybe you're out of work, you don't have enough money, you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, you're worried about whether or not you can do it, you can get ahead, that you can find the right job, that you can get another job that pays better, that you can improve yourself, improve your skill set, so that you put yourself in a different category so you're able to apply for a better job and earn more money. In the emotional or relationship sense, or even in the health, if this is about addictions for some of you, or breaking negative cycles of addiction or toxic relationships. And then emotional level, this can represent, you know, feeling not good enough, abandoned, rejected, like you're not up to it. Again, insufficiency and lack, feeling shut out, feeling less than. But this light that's shining out on this couple that appears to be homeless or in need, other tarot decks, sometimes they're out in the rain or the snow, they're obviously in need. This golden light represents what they need: stability, help, resources, but they're not paying attention to it, even though it's right there in their environment, right there in front of them, because they're only focused on the lack, on what they don't have, on what they're not capable of doing right now. So again, it feels like there's an issue or a problem, Sagittarius, but it's also come up in stark relief, because Spirit is actually fostering this to give you the opportunity to end this cycle once and for all. And they're also providing help and support from people who know what they're talking about, people who have had experience with this. It could be religious and spiritual help and grounding also that gives you support during this as well. You're being asked to be patient and balanced and take a look at what's the opportunity of what's in front of you rather than just the negative of it. Okay, so this has come up yet again, you know, blah, blah, blah. This is so terrible, you know, fill in the blank. But Spirit is actually allowing it to come up again with resources around that you could take care of if you look at it as an opportunity to put this thing to end this negative cycle once and for all. And you have the help and support right there. It's right in front of you. It's right in your environment, or it's right in your community. It's very close to you. If you just reach out and ask for it, reach out and take it. It's right there. At or towards the end of the month, we have the World and the Two of Wands. I actually really like seeing this for you, Sagittarius, because the World, it's the last major arcana card in the deck. The first is the Fool, and all the cards after that are about the Fool's journey through life, our journey through life. That's what all the cards talk about in between: learning, growing, evolving, maturing, ideally. Trial and error, success and failure, all of those things until we get to the end of the tarot with the World here, a major cycle completion, the beginning of a new day, exploring what lies ahead because you've laid this portion of your life to rest. Finally, it's clarified by the Two of Cups, so you're looking off into the future. You're trying to make a decision on which direction to go based on what you want long term. That's the key to choosing a path here. What do I want in this area of my life? What do I want? What's my vision? What am I going for long term? If it's about relationships and I want a relationship that culminates in, you know, marriage, home, kids, whatever, you know, whatever it is that you want, then you go down this path, meaning in a practical way, you start dating people or get to know people, and don't invest in relationships with people that don't have the same relationship goals as you, because whether you like them or not, or the energy is good between the two of you, the longer you invest in a relationship where you guys want something different, it's going to be hard and it's going to be complicated and painful. So it looks like at or towards the end of the month, Sagittarius, whatever this is comes to an end, or it's right on the cusp of coming to an end, because you are now looking down the road and going, you know, what do I really want in life? What am I really hoping for? What's my dream? What's my vision? And making choices based on that. Let me just pull a couple of final advice and guidance cards, although I think you've had quite a bit here about reaching out for help. Help is there. Help is there, I think, in the form of a person and people around you willing to help. So let's see what advice from Spirit is on how to best navigate through the month of January. Facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, struggling with your demons, wrestling with your demons, those aspects of yourself you may not like, especially if it's about codependent behavior patterns, toxic relationship patterns, you know, maybe addiction issues as well. Facing those, wrestling with those, it takes strength, courage, humility, wisdom, insight, but it's also what you gain more of on the other side of this. And the Three of Pentacles, teamwork, collaboration, working with others. So I don't know what else Spirit could do. Sagittarius, other than hit you on the head with a hammer. uh, I'm not laughing at you. I mean, I am, but not in a mean way. So Sagittarius, it's right there. And for those of you that are struggling with something that has come back up or represents a repeating cycle, even if the details are different, Spirit is allowing this to happen because it's an opportunity for you to lay something to rest once and for all. There is help around you. Reach out for that help. It's time for this cycle to end so you can move on into your future beautifully. And for those of you that have the opportunity in front of you, but for some reason you're feeling doubts about yourself, it's so much work, it feels like it's so hard, or it might take so long. Let me tell you something that I actually used to tell my girls when they were growing up, and even now after they're grown. Oh yeah, Mom, well, I want to do this, or I want to change this, but gosh, it's so much work, and it's going to take a year, it's going to take 3 years, it's going to take 5 years. Clue, that time's going to pass anyway. We can't stop time. That year is going to pass, that 2 years is going to pass, that 3 years is going to pass, that 5 years is going to pass. What you have at the end of it is depending on what you start doing now. So you can find yourself at the end of that period of time going, wow, I put in so much work and look at the results that I have now. Or you can find yourself at the end of that period of time going, God, I wish I'd have started doing it then. There's a saying, I think it's Chinese in origin, but I'm not certain, that and in one way it may sound kind of cheesy, but it's true. The saying goes that the best time to plant a tree is always going to be 20 years ago, right? So we could have it now. But the second best time to plant a tree is right now. So think about that, Sagittarius, and we will see you in a couple of weeks for the mid-month reading and see how this plays out. Thank you for watching. I hope it's been helpful to you. Again, if any of you would like a more personal one-on-one reading with me, live or recorded, you can email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I'd be so happy to work with you. I do love and romance, of course, relationship compatibility readings, reconciliation potential. I do career work and finance readings. I do investment readings, 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at what's coming in all the main areas of your life over a 6 or 12-month period of time, depending on how far ahead you want to look. People order them at all times of the year, but they seem to be particularly popular around November, December, January, February, as we kind of transition out of one year and into a next. So something else to consider, gift readings as well too. So I will see you all again in a couple of weeks, Sagittarius, for the mid-month readings. And until then, as always, joy, peace, blessings, and a wonderful beginning to this beautiful new year. Take care, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.